Welcome to my channel. My name is Ria and today we are going to talk about the full moon happening in the sign of Leo. So let's get started. This is a full moon when the sun and the moon are in opposition, the moon and the sun. And this represents a point of endings, of completions, of emotional release. What we need to watch out for is the fact that on full moons, emotions tend to run high, and that's just because the sun, our soul, is opposing the moon, our emotions. So emotions tend to run high. But it's an ending, it's a culmination, it's a completion. Now this one's in the sign of Leo. Leo is the sign of love, it's the sign of creativity, it's the sign of following our heart, doing what makes us happy, right? So on a very general level, these are the big themes that can affect us, right? We might need to look within, see what makes us happy, follow our heart, do what we love, right? Generally speaking. More important is where this moon is falling in your personal charts. Look for where this moon is falling in your chart, which house, and that's where this moon energy will be impacting you. So now let's talk about the aspects that this moon is making, because the aspects will color the energy of the moon. So the first important thing I want to talk about before we get into the aspect is the fact that Pluto just entered the sign of Aquarius. This is Pluto, and you can see it's at 0 degrees of Aquarius, right? And Pluto is the planet of change, of transformation, of endings, of beginnings. And Pluto is very, very slow. And since 2008, Pluto has been in the sign of Capricorn, right? So after 16 years, it's changing signs, right? And this is a big deal. Pluto in Capricorn was about changing and transforming and uncovering structures, right? It was about this. It was about the top of the top. It was about the big businesses. It was about everything that is the established, right? It's about the structure. And now Pluto has entered Aquarius. Aquarius is very different from Capricorn. If Capricorn is the traditional, the established, the structures, Aquarius is the opposite. Aquarius is about being authentic. It's about uniqueness. It's about being different. It's about tech. It's about the future. All these things are Aquarius. So in a nutshell, what I'm trying to say is we are seeing themes shift from 2008. Right now, one important thing I want to mention is that March 2023, Pluto did enter Aquarius for a brief period. It was there for March and April, May, and a little bit of June. And what that means for us is that the transformation that I'm speaking about right now, the change of themes that I'm speaking about right now, showed glimpses to us back March ending April, May last year. And now, with Pluto entering Aquarius again, those transformations that started back then are building up. They are kicking back up. And this year, Pluto will re-enter a Capricorn for one last time from September to November. But November of this year, Pluto will be in Aquarius fully. And why I'm saying this is because, yes, we are seeing big changes come about. We are seeing transformation connected to perhaps March 2023, April, around then. But we still have a little bit of Capricorn left to close, because Pluto is still not done with Capricorn. So we are at a phase where new energy, new themes, new things are coming in, but little bit of the old is still a little left behind, and that will be fully closed out by November of this year, as Pluto will for a long time not go back into Capricorn. It will now spend its time in Aquarius. So on a general level, on a collective level, Pluto in Aquarius is about Aquarius, right? And what is Aquarius? Aquarius is a Uranus-ruled energy, right? Uranus is about being unique, it's about being different, it's about being authentic. So these are the big themes that can come up with Pluto in Aquarius. It's asking us, are you going to be unique? Are you going to embrace your uniqueness and differences? It's asking us these questions now. Aquarius is also about technology and the internet. So big focus on tech, on the internet, on these sort of things. And it may not just be, this kind of tech in any which manner is Aquarius. So a lot of technological development we'll see as Pluto goes through the sign of Aquarius over the next many years. The other thing with Aquarius is that Aquarius, every sign has a positive and every sign has a not so positive. The positive of Aquarius is it says be different, embrace it. Be unique, embraces technology, right? But the dark side of these things exist as well. And the dark side of Aquarius is isolation, it's detachment. It's being so involved in tech that we might lose our heart, Leo, right? We might lose those deep connections. We might forget what we love in a way, Leo, right? So with this, yes, we'll see tech develop. Yes, we'll see a lot of futuristic things. Yes, it's asking us to be unique and different. But at the same time, we can feel detached and isolated with Pluto and Aquarius. So those are the things to watch out for. And I'm mentioning these things that are not so positive because if we know them, we can work on those things, right? We can make those things better. So that's the general thing with Pluto in Aquarius. So why am I bringing this up? I'm bringing this up because the sun is still very close to Pluto. It did meet up with Pluto a little while ago, right? And the moon, as it has built up to its exact full moon point, it did oppose Pluto. And this is the first moon we are seeing with Pluto in Aquarius in 2024, right? So it was important for me to explain these changes. And with this moon so close to Pluto, right? Opposing Pluto before reaching its full moon culmination point and the sun conjuncting Pluto a few days before, this is continuing that transformation that we have seen with Pluto in Aquarius, that's coming through with Pluto in Aquarius. Now, I just want to go back to the last moon. The last moon was the new moon in Capricorn, and that was in an exact square to the nodes. And that was a big turning point, right? That was a big turning point because that was a new moon in Capricorn with Pluto there, and now Pluto is in Aquarius, and this moon is happening in the opposite sign of Leo of where Pluto is. So it's very, very special, and it's continuing that transformation. Now, if you look at the chart, we do have this moon aspecting Saturn, right? Quincunx with Saturn. And Saturn is decisions, it's hard work, it's discipline, it's reality. And what will serve us well with all these changes coming in, with all this new energy coming in, asking us to be unique, to be different, to embrace technology in some ways? Being practical, being grounded, being realistic, facing our problems head on, putting in the work, planning for the long run is important. We need to manage this energy. We need to work with it. We need to plan with it. We need to figure out how we are going to use it, how we are going to live with it, right? What these changes that are coming in are. So that's very important with the aspect to Saturn. Now, at the same time, this moon is also aspecting Jupiter. Jupiter, generally speaking, gives gifts, blessings, and rewards, but it also teaches things to us, right? It's a teacher. And in a square to the sun and the moon, one, it's magnifying this energy of the moon. It's magnifying this transformative time. It's magnifying the need to follow our heart and be unique and different at the same time, right? Aquarius, Leo, follow our heart, do what we love. And Aquarius, be unique, be different. It's asking us to do this. It's exaggerating this energy. And Jupiter is in Taurus, right? So while we are trying to be unique and different and figure out what we love, we must be practical, real, grounded Taurus. That's how we need to figure it out. We can't be imagining things. We can't be thinking, oh, I am this way, but not having anything in our reality to support that. Whatever we love, whatever we want to do, however things are changing, this is very real. This has to be in our real world. And Jupiter is teaching us to be real about things. And if we are real, if we work hard, if we embrace our uniqueness, if we follow our heart, Jupiter will reward us, right? But this is a square, so be mindful of this energy being very exaggerated. Now, next thing concerning Jupiter is the fact that Venus is building up its trine to Jupiter, positive. Venus is finances, relationships, right? And it is building a positive aspect with a positive planet. So this can mean blessings and rewards for us in relationships and in finances and self-worth. So that's one part of this moon. Now, a few more things I want to touch upon before we tie it all together. On this moon, we do have Mercury and Mars getting ready to meet up. Mercury is communication, Mars is action, Mars is taking initiative, right? So a positive thing here with Mars and Mercury is that we might find courage. We might find the courage to speak our mind. At the same time, Mars in its negative form can be aggressive, can be impulsive, and what this can lead to in a negative manifestation is angry, impulsive communication that we might regret. Why? Because Mars does things because it does things. It does not think things through. It does not plan. No, Mars will just do it. Right? That's Mars. And Mars can be angry. So sometimes we might just say things with Mercury there that are angry, aggressive, and that we might not truly have thought of saying. So we need to find that balance with Mercury, Mars when they are so close. We need to find that balance between finding the courage and the strength to speak our mind and speaking impulsively and aggressively. And this energy is squaring Chiron. Chiron is the wounded healer. Chiron is about healing, but the healing with Chiron feels challenging, right? Usually the healing process in itself, while when we are healed, feels amazing, but the process itself is often challenging. So this is what Chiron is. And with Chiron, we have to heal ourselves, and this is in a square. So what we need to watch out for is that balance that I just explained between angry communication and speaking what we mean, speaking our mind, finding the courage and the strength to speak our mind. Because if we communicate angrily or impulsively, we can hurt people. But at the same time, if we channel this energy well, we might find some healing if we speak our mind and say what we mean. So it's a fine balancing act with this one. Chiron here is also getting ready to conjunct with the North Node. The North Node is a magnifier. The North Node Rahu expands things a lot like Jupiter, and it's expanding this Chiron energy. Chiron is the healer, yes, but Chiron energy does not feel very good. Right, so at this point, we might feel like we are not good enough. We might feel a little low about our self-worth or how things are happening for us. And that's what we need to watch out for. So what might work for us at this point is saying that we are good enough, that what is happening is okay. And this energy too shall pass. Right, so that's Chiron and North Node. My throat is not fully okay, so that's why I'm speaking like this today. But I think I have covered the most important things, the highlights of this moon, and a few more things before we wind up. So if you look at the chart right now, Venus, Mercury, Mars, Pluto, Saturn, Neptune, Chiron, Jupiter, all direct. Jan 27th, Uranus will go direct as well. Jan 27th, all planets, all energies will be direct. And this is extremely important because when planets are direct, that's the time to set the base for new things that we work on when the planets will start to go retrograde one by one as the year progresses. So this is the time to take those decisions, make those commitments, set the base for the future, work on things we need to work on, right? So there's a lot about setting the foundations right now. There's a lot about handling and working with Pluto and Aquarius energy and making it part of our reality. There's a lot about being unique, being true to our heart, doing what we love. There's a lot about all these things at the moment. And Great if we can find the courage to speak our mind, but what we need to watch out for: angry, impulsive communication. We might feel a little wounded at this point. We might feel like we're not good enough, but that's Chiron, North Node coming together. And in Aries, that's why I'm saying it can affect us with who we are, because Aries, Chiron, North Node, both are in Aries. Aries is about I am. Aries says I am, right? And with Chiron and the North Node magnifying Chiron, it can be like, I am not good enough, right? So that's the thing that we don't want to believe on this moon, and we want to wait for this energy to pass. It will, I believe, mid to end Feb is when they will start to get closer and closer and closer. So we are building up to it. But from now on, if we keep this in mind, by end of Feb, this energy will start to really ease off. So in a nutshell, this moon is continuing the transformation that the Pluto and Aquarius energy has brought in for us. There's a lot about being unique. There's a lot about being different. There's a lot about working in a practical, real, grounded manner and incorporating these new changes, this new energy into our lives. So I hope this video was useful. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time. Have a great day. Bye.